Hello there. What is going on, everyone? Today we're going to be unboxing and building the Grogu limited edition miniature for Star Wars Legion. This is the pre-order incentive, that limited edition run Grogu that was sent out to a couple of stores, I guess top 200 retail stores to include in pre-orders, which of course a lot of folks weren't crazy about. If their store didn't get them, my store didn't get them, but a viewer sent this to me, so big thanks. It's amazing to have viewers that I actually had quite a few emails, so I didn't want to say yes to all of them, so I said yes to the first one, but thank you to everybody who offered, and I really appreciate you guys making this a review possible. If you guys are new here to the channel, we are giving away a lightsaber right now. It's running through the end of the year, and all you have to do to enter to win that giveaway is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. Also, we have 12 days of Life Day coming up, which is going to be pretty exciting. It's going to be lots of different giveaways in December. And of course, I want to thank Luxury Playstyle for sponsoring this video. Amazing full metal tokens over at luxuryplaystyle.com. Head on over there, check out these amazing tokens. They are super shiny, they're gorgeous, they're gonna make you wanna play your games more. Very impressive. Also, if you use code Crabbok VIP, you're gonna save 15%. So head on over there. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at this Grogu. This little guy right here, we've got a cardboard insert in here. We do have a piece of, let's see, we've got a base, we've got a piece of paper, we've got, whoa, we have no sprue. I thought it would have at least been a sprue. It's just a, wow. Look at this. It's just this. I thought it was going to be attached to a sprue. It's like virtually nothing. It's almost nothing at all. Wow. That's crazy. I had some theories that they should have included this dude with IG-11, you know, because like dude can totally like take Grogu, but there's no card or no miniature or anything like that. And I was, you know, we'll take a look at some of the other Grogus here in a second, but well, that's crazy. So we've got our insert here. So let's see, we've got just the artwork here for the Grogu. He's doing the hand thing, right? We've got all of our, I guess, international information there. Read this first. Before assembling, use the QR code and download the assembly instructions. Is there really going to be a miniature Grogu assembly instructions? Like, do we need to know that we've put the arms in the armholes? I don't know. Like, it makes me want to go to atomicmassgames.com/Star Wars- or SW-docs and see if they actually have a miniature Grogu one on there. I mean, because honestly, this is one where it would have just been cheaper to just to print the, yes, put the arm in the armhole. That's hilarious. And of course, there is our credits and all of that information. Okay, so we've got all of that. We've got a base. It's a standard base, and then we've got to have it's an LFL AMG. Make sure it doesn't say Marvel anywhere on it, because, you know, Mando did say Marvel, so we'll take a look at we'll look at that in a second. All right, so here we go. Oh my goodness! And as I'm holding it, like the arms just came off, or they just kind of bent a little bit. Well, I didn't even have to clip them; they just came off in my hand right there. He's literally like, there's more plastic on the sprue than there is on the Grogu. Which is funny. So I mean, this is the first time I've ever twisted a model off, like, because he came off that way. I'll probably clean him up a little bit, but I should. You know what's funny? I should put his cup upside down. I should put him like that, like he's dumping the cup out, but he's actually going to go in like this, and boop. All right, there we go. He's going to go in just like that. But I'm going to glue him, and I'll show you guys how I do the whole process. Since this is a smaller, shorter unboxing, we have no card. So what I'll do is I usually take an X-Acto knife around any parts that the sprue connected to, or if there's any lines on there, and I'll smooth them out. If it's a big piece, I use the sharp part of the X-Acto. If it's more delicate, I use the dull edge of the X-Acto and just try to smooth it over a little bit. And yeah, and then And so set that down. I mean, you could do the same thing with the base here. You see this base was connected. You know, I guess the bases come on a sprue too, and they have to punch those out because they don't want to give you like 14 bases. It's not like in Marvel Crisis Protocol where they give you 4 or 5 bases per. This little piece, I think it was only connected on the inside of the arm, which is going to go inside, so I don't really have to clean that part off. As far as glue, I know I've talked to a lot of people recently, and there's a surprising amount of people that still use super glue for these because these are a harder plastic. I don't actually recommend super glue. I just use Tamiya Extra Thin. It's a very watery glue, and it's not even a glue at all. It is a cement. And the cool thing about it is when I put it on here, it allows me a little bit of move, a little bit of wiggle, until it starts to get hard giggity. Yeah, so you have some corrections that you can make, especially this is really good with like shoulder joints for larger models and stuff like that. The applicator is like a little mini brush, and so you can kind of get a little bit inside whenever there's like I'm gonna need to put some in there. Okay, and then I'll take this little guy. Now, normally I would glue a miniature onto the base last, but this time I did it backwards because that's it. It's the, I can't believe it was 2 different pieces. So let's see, can we get in closer? There he is. That's all there is to this guy. There's not much to him. Let me see if I can get a closer view. All right, so here we are. We're zoomed in quite a bit, and this is our Grogu. There we go, closer view. I mean, honestly, he's really not that much different than the other Grogus. I didn't glue the other one down. I just kind of put a little bit of paint on the other one because I figured I wanted to keep one separate in case I wanted to put him on somebody else's base, like if they did like another separate Mando. Here's the one I did put on the base is right here. This is I decided I would use the frog-eating Grogu, and I decided to give him a bunch of skulls on his base, like he's been eating more than just frogs, because I am kind of a glutton for punishment. And let's just show off the rest of the, I guess, this wave that goes with this. I'll show you guys how I painted and based some of these dudes. All right, so first up, here is IG-11. I gave him I did some interesting things with him because he's part of this wave. So I actually painted him in green first and didn't like it. I'd used kind of like almost like one of the speed paints or whatever, but it was one of the ink washes from Green Stuff World. And it was cool, but I just didn't like it for him. So then I did black over top, and I kind of liked that because it made him look black, but he had a little bit of inner circuitry. So you can see some of the spots in there. There's a little bit of that green ink that's kind of showing through. And I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. It makes him still look like kind of recognizable, but a little bit more distinct. And I took some like teal paint also for some of the wiring, and then did the rest of that. And I figured, and I was really tempted, as I've seen some people kind of wrap Grogu to the chest, but I didn't want to just stick him there. I wanted to sculpt something, and that was going to end up being too much work. So there we go. I could just set him on there if I'm doing something crazy like that. Now, in contrast, here's IG-88, who is a little more traditional, a little bit more of a brownish or gunmetal kind of, maybe hints of bronzing in there. I think I used some Agrax Earthshade as the wash to kind of give him a slightly different look, although still being pretty similar. I used a little bit of reds with the wiring, and that's about it for this dude. All right. I give him some of the skulls too. I just got a whole bunch of skulls from Green Stuff World, and they were kind of cool because they came on like this whole thing here, So I painted them and washed them and then clipped them out, and so I could just put them on some basing materials. And then here's Mando. Here's Din Djarin. Here's baby daddy for Grogu. I mean, there's been a lot of Din Djarins showing up lately, and so he can kind of have whichever Grogu he wants. And if I want to put this dude on his base, I can do that. If you saw my Din Djarin unboxing, I was kind of toying around with using a toothpick to give him the Beskar spear. I decided not to give him the Beskar spear. I decided to just do the cape. I kind of like the way the cape came out, and just gluing that on the cape, gluing the rifle on the cape kind of worked a little better. This part snapped off while kind of like I was manhandling him a little bit. And so you gotta be kind of careful with that. But I mean, he's pretty standard. You know, I've seen a lot of different versions of him. Some people using non-metal metal, and then some people using like ultra shiny metals. And I kind of went a little bit in between. And my main colors were what is the big Citadel kind of metallic one? Not Mechanicus. It was this one here, Lead Belcher. I used Lead Belcher as a base coat. And then I used a little bit of Vallejo Model Air Silver because that's what it comes out super thin, and it's great for like edging. And so I kind of got the edges with some of that to make it a little bit shinier, but not too shiny. And that's basically how I did his Beskar. And then the rest of it was kind of just layering and a little bit of edge highlighting on the cloak and things like that. And that's basically a little mini Grogu with the rest of like all the stuff that happened that you might have pre-ordered to get Grogu. All right, so that is gonna do it for this little hungry Grogu with the can of soup, and you know, we'll maybe I'll base him a little differently than our other one with all the skulls. Maybe I'll give him a little bit more of a standard base, you know. But and maybe he'll be the one that I use with IG 11 too. You know, who knows? But yeah, it'll be fun. It's fun to kind of come up with different basing ideas. But I want to hear some of your thoughts. And if you haven't already, make sure you join our Discord. We got a great family-friendly gaming Discord. We've got lots of different channels for lots of different Star Wars tabletop games in there, and I'd love to have you join and keep the discussion going. So I want to thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Big thanks to our viewer who wished to remain anonymous that sent this out. Thank you so much, my friend. You have made me a very happy YouTuber today, and a very happy Grogu daddy. I don't know what you call it, but I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing and help make this channel possible, so thank you for your continued support. I will talk to you later. May the Force be with you. Happy dice rolling. Have fun gaming. Live long and prosper. So say we all. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes, and have a great day. Goodbye there.